Hello, this is Gio, and I'm pretty much done with my touch-up painting for my Flight 2000 Pinball Playfield project. And the previous video, you saw me remove some mylar, remove some of the sticky residue. This video, I'm going to kind of show you initially, after I remove the residue, kind of the general cleaning, the prep before I actually paint. And I will also show you some painting, kind of some touch-up painting that I did, so you can kind of see how I did that. And finally, maybe I'll do a side-by-side comparison. Now, next I'm going to be doing clear coating of the playfield, and the clear coating will actually make what I've done here look even better. Now, I just wanted to kind of cover a few things. The paint I typically like to use is this Kradex, I think I pronounced it correct. It's just a standard airbrush paint. Now it does come in opaques, and I think I have, let's see if I could find it here. Okay, so here's the transparent version. So the opaque is much, it basically covers in one or two coatings. Transparent is lighter, and so you could actually see some of the underlying paint through it. And sometimes it's some of the opaque is easier to get. Sometimes you have to go with the transparent. Both works for different purposes. But now these different colors are not exactly what I used on the playfield. I had to mix, and so let's see if I could. I got these little tiny containers that come in a little strip like this. So I just bought these and kind of clipped them apart. And I did some mixing in these little containers here. And I had to do quite a bit of mixing and testing. So here's some of my test paints, and you can see as I continued to change the colors, this is just the blue, and I did a whole bunch of different versions of it. Here's a green. All these greens look very similar, but only the last one really matched well. The first one didn't match at all, and so I had to kind of mix different things. I even mixed browns in some of these, or my wife is an artist, and she sort of gives me little bits of knowledge about how to mix these things. But don't go quickly with mixing colors. It really does matter. I didn't quite get this purple exact, but I don't think it'll matter at the end. The blues really match really well. The black, of course, I just used standard black. But some of these kind of whitish colors, I had to kind of develop an off-white to do this. But don't go quickly with the mixing. Keep on mixing until you are satisfied. And then when you do a little test strip like this, you want to make sure it fully dries, because it will, I believe, it darkens as it dries. So be patient. Mix the colors well, and then just touch up, or just do a little tiny piece of the playfield and let it dry and see if it actually matches. So don't strictly go by these little palettes here. You want to test it on the playfield as well. So I hope you enjoy this video, and good luck with your project. And here we go. So using the isopropyl alcohol and flour method, I did get most of the glue from the mylar off, and since then I've been just generally cleaning the playfield. Now again, I've been using just isopropyl alcohol and some paper towels, some utility paper towels, and just kind of wiped it down initially, just kind of got the residual glue off. But you don't want to use water when you're cleaning off playfields, mainly because it can bring up the grain. The isopropyl alcohol doesn't tend to do that. So try to use the alcohol as much as possible. And so after just generally wiping it down and getting as much dirt as possible, I always rely on just Mr. Clean Magic Erasers. And you can get them in bulk at Home Depot. And they usually come in little sheets like this. Now what this does is it's a little more abrasive than just kind of wiping it down and kind of scrubbing with a paper towel. But if you're going to be doing some touch-up paint and doing clear coat, you really want the playfield as clean as you possibly can without substantially damaging the paint. You want to, as you clean, you're going to probably bring up little flakes of paint. Now that paint probably needed to be removed anyway because it wouldn't really adhere well to the clear coat. Also, most playfields have been waxed over the years, and you really want to bring up that wax, remove that wax, because the wax won't adhere well to the clear coat as well, or the paint you apply. And so the magic erasers really do that trick. Now there's some generic brand magic erasers out there too that are cheaper as well. But I just take the brick, I kind of cut it up. You can just take some scissors and cut them up into little cubes. And again, I just take the isopropyl alcohol with here's some used magic eraser, and all you're doing is just kind of applying a little bit of the alcohol to the magic eraser, and then finding a little location, and you're just kind of applying pressure and kind of moving around as you go. And depending on the condition of your playfield and how much wax is on it and how much dirt, it may take more scrubbing or less scrubbing. And what you want to do as you look at this is you want to look at the top of the magic eraser, because if you scrub too much, you can actually bring up some of the paint. And I've scrubbed too much, and actually I've had some small bulb mark, or I've removed some paint and kind of found wood. So you just be careful and keep on checking to see if there's any paint, and look at the area that you're scrubbing, and just periodically with paper towels wipe it down. And you could also just, pour some alcohol and just kind of clean it and see where you're left off. Now again, this is pretty abrasive. Some people don't like to use magic erasers that much other than in spot locations. When you're clear coating, it's my opinion that you want to use magic erasers to a certain extent through the entire playfield to at least get rid of all the wax. Yes, you will bring up a little bit of chip here, paint here, but you're going to touch it up. And again, you kind of need to, I don't want to say destroy, but before you recreate, make it beautiful, you kind of have to maybe do a little destruction in the meantime, because you want to get as good of a surface as possible. Again, don't scrub too much. But now I did do one playfield where it was actually, I'm pretty sure it actually had a little bit of, somebody sprayed it with some kind of clear coat, and I wanted to get that off because they sprayed over dirt. And I did use magic erasers, but I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed. It took forever, but I finally got through that little layer of clear coat, brought up the dirt, and actually protected the paint. But depending on the playfield, you might be scrubbing a lot, or just in this case, I just kind of went over a little bit, and you did see the colors did become more vibrant, and I got all the dirt off. And so now I am ready to paint.